So if you were developing, you had a influence on One Championship video games. What kind of elements do you feel that game needs?
Oh man, the hardest thing about those fighting games don't. Mixed martial arts is such a unique sport, right? It's a unique sport, and I feel the closest person to ever capture the game of mixed martial arts has been EA with the
Yes.
UFC game.
Yes.
But when I play the game, I'm like, this game's horrible. It's fucking perfect. It's a simulation, right? Like the
Yeah.
best fighting games that have ever been done at a high level have always been Street Fighter and Tekken.
Hmm.
And, even Guilty Gear. Like, those are the games that I'd rather play, right? Because I've never played a sport game. I've never played a football game. I've never played a soccer game. I've never played a basketball game. The only basketball games I've ever played has been NBA jams,
Yep.
or where you shoot 3 points, you get three shots, you're on fire. I think it's NBA jams, or NFL Blitz.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I don't play NBA 2K and all that shit, because if I really want to play basketball, I'll go outside and fucking play it. So just like in mixed martial arts, if I want to go fight, I'll go outside and fight, or I'll go to the gym and train. But Street Fighter, Tekken, the way I can't throw fireballs and I can't, do backflips and all that stuff. So for me, no, I'm not disappointed they haven't came out the One Championship game, because if they're going to come out there, I want them to do it perfect and right. And two, any influence I would have in the game would be, let's get away from like the simulation of a game. Let's just make it dope. Like, Street Fighter-esque type of game with Capcom, but layer the skin of the athletes. So if you play Street Fighter Alpha, if you play Street Fighter 2 or 3, they all felt the same. Like Ryu and Ken, they felt exactly the same.
Okay.
So nowadays, you can make the game and the character have their specific movement feeling, to where why not do that? Like even when Tekken crossed over to Street Fighter versus Tekken, the Kazuya still had his kind of movement in the game. So I would vouch for something like that. Like let's sign a deal with Capcom and have Capcom do our game, not our game, but One Championship's game, in an esque of, then you can do Street Fighter versus One Championship. You can do a lot more.
Yeah, yeah.